but then there's still certain things that we can relate to.
Little young man out there went to my boy Aunt crib, and his son, whatever the case, said he went to Marco roller rink that night, it was Saturday night. I said, young man, you went to Marco roller rink?
Have y'all seen the lines?
It be lines.
Yeah.
Well, I started reminiscing like I was like, young man, did you get a number?
Yeah, but it was crazy. One night, my girls wanted to go to a party there, and I didn't let them go.
See, I'm
And
so
somebody
afraid
got
of
shot
that.
that night.
I'm
Yeah,
so
One
afraid of
of the
that.
kids got shot that night.
Yeah. But I remember the element out when I was going.
Yeah, I mean, it was just good, clean fun back
No,
then.
it wasn't all that.
I mean, it went
I mean, it
down.
was definitely, you know what I'm saying?
It went down,
Slow dancing and grind. It was
No,
definitely more of that.
No, I'm talking about violence.
Yeah, it was more of the non-violence than it was the violence. But it was, our era had a certain, that shit was forever, ever looming.
Yeah,
You know
it
what
was
I'm
in.
saying?
Yeah, it was
like when I was
like
when I was there, I knew I was in GD world.
Right.
And I ain't GD.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew that shit when I was in there, and it was forever like a situation like you kind of watching around. And then I didn't start getting all of these shoes till I bought them myself. My parents bought me them shoes, but I knew people was getting robbed for their shoes. You know what I'm saying? Starter jackets was getting snatched off. It was, you know what I'm saying? You got a Winter Star, you got a San Francisco, I need that.
And see, for
You
me,
know what I'm saying?
that came later. You know, my growing up rink experience was the rink. 87. You know, that's the rink. Yeah,
Like
anybody in Chicago
Right.
know that's the rink.
Yeah.
I mean, from birthday parties like that, and I grew up on 87, so that was our spot. And that was a much different element, you know what I'm saying, to where it was always, like you say, just the specter of gang banging that could permeate the situation at any given time. But
Is that element out here in like the suburbs?
yeah, it's out, but it's different now because they claim shit, but nowadays it's just really about they guys.
Yeah.
So it's really.
And you know what I'm saying? Then they really stunt just for the
But
young
I'm
sisters.
saying like, so there really isn't.
It might
No,
be worse.
it ain't no
might be
structure.
worse.
It's worse because there's no structure.
Well,
to
I
it.
know it's no
And
structure,
because I
but
don't
I'm
know you, it's not because you're in a different game.
okay. Well, what I'm saying is like, for instance, there was folks, Judy, whatever.
Yeah, all that still.
They still have that.
They still yelling.
But
at
it
it.
doesn't mean the same thing as it meant back then.
Right. Like it's
So
no
back then-
validation to it.
Back then, if I was in that element and I saw some other guys and I realized, oh, they had to the left. I see certain symbols, whatever case. Oh, they with me. It's automatic. I can automatically click up with them. There's not that anymore.
Okay.
You can't. You only with your guys.
Yeah, like whoever you came with.
Right. Whoever you came with is who you with. And so I could possibly walk into a place and not know anybody, but half this place is with me because we all under the same.
Affiliation.
If it's not the same game, we go up under the same star.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could pull all kind of affiliations to, but now it's not any of that. It's just
that shit dead.
if I don't know you, you're an op.
Yeah, that shit
so
over.
now when they say everybody killer, that's a thing that you don't even need to that.
Yeah.
But when they start talking about EBK and all that, everybody killed. They talking about killing everybody. My own. I don't give a hell what you are. Long as if you ain't from my street,
Really blocked.
yeah, my street, my neighborhood,
Really?
my street, my friends that I grew up with, or whatever the case, or affiliated closely with my friends that I
Yeah,
grew up
everybody
with.
is against you.
Then I don't know you, and I see you at the gas station. Who are you? You got the gun? Shoot them. And that's why all the killings happen because it's nothing. It's like a game of just shooting motherfuckers you don't know. And if we shoot enough motherfuckers we don't know, we can talk about it and put it on social media. Our neighborhood gonna get a certain notoriety. Now one of us can pop off with this rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Because our hood, all they gotta do is claim our hood on that rap shit.
Right,
Now we can get
y'all
rich,
drilling,
like
we
Chief
drilling
Keef.
shit over here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a whole crazy dichotomy that comes in place with that. But I don't know. Raising kids in that, I always say raising sons. I guess that does stick to the point of because I kind of transition into like a raising our children in this era thing. But raising a son, I'm fearful of in this era. I've had some nephews that was gonna move up here from Florida in the same area. I get the hint, get the talking, trying to figure them out. Oh, you probably fucking pills and all that. Oh no, I can't
Pills.
have you come up here because you finna come up pill popping heaven.
Yeah.
I can't bring you the pill if you playing with that shit down there.
Right.
I
It's
cannot
all
have you come to
different, yeah,
Chicago.
all different
And
movies.
now I'm supposed to be the big brother in this. I
Yeah.
don't have time for that.
But yeah,
Leave him in Florida.
and that's when you reverse the game. Like, you know, with my son, you know, which is obviously the experience I can speak to, and then even my nephew, because that's like my son. I love him as if I created him,
Mm.
and he a little bit more wrapped up in the life than my son, because he just got a different personality. Like my son was always very reserved, soft spoken, and he like just now coming out of his shell. But one thing about that, I always encouraged it. You know what I'm saying? I always told him, be everything that I'm not when it comes to that. Like, I don't care, you know, because my biggest challenge, especially, you know, going into high school and moving to the burbs from the city, I always wanted to prove that I wasn't a nerd. I ain't just a smart guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I can juggle both. I'm this, I'm street, but I'm smart. You know, like I used to brag, I'm the only thug in the hood with a 4.0. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. And with my son, I always told him it's okay to be that. You know, you know what I'm saying? Be. You know, if you the type that just want to sit in the crib and play Xbox all day, that's fine. That's fine. As much as that shit might get on my nerves, as long as you performing well in school and you developing some type of social persona, you interacting with people on some level, and you not just a complete introvert like some type of motherfucker that's gonna end up being a Columbine kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just show me some type of social development, and I don't care about you being a square or so-called square or a geek or a nerd. I don't care about that. I want you alive. I want you to respect women,
Right.
and I want you to respect yourself beyond anything. Respect who you are, identify who you are as a person, and live your truth. You feel me?
So what you mentioned something there. I don't know. We all got indiscretions. We all got. I do some things in front of my daughter sometimes. Sometimes the alcohol. My daughter called me drunk driving one time, and she been through there, and she called me. She like, you know what I'm saying?
I be slapped in front of my mother.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no sense in me lying.
I would
Yeah.
not.
I got slapped one time with the guys.
I don't lose my, you know,
Yeah.
my motor skills.
I got
They know
slapped.
I'm decent.
I never lose my motor skills. But one time, them stairs got me, and she saw me stumble. And maybe that was just a general stumble that I would have did anyway. But she knew I'd been drinking, and then I stumbled. Now it's, oh shit, Daddy's drunk. And I'm like, and it hit me like, damn. Because I remember a story of mine is that I remember getting shipped out of Chicago for lifestyle choices and having to get kicked out of high school and go down to, you know what I'm saying, Texas. You know what I'm saying? I go down there, it's a bad kid. I get kicked out of high school. I'm out here. I come down there, you know what I'm saying, looking like Method Man to them, whatever the case may be. Because, you know what I'm saying, they had no other way to categorize that shit. I got Carhartts and pullovers and shit like that, and braids and all that.
It's hot down here, man.
Right. Method Man was hot at the time. Fuck
Right.
Method Man.
That's my dude.
No, I'm shy, so now my name is Chicago. But now, you know what I'm saying, I'm down there, and my aunt, you know what I'm saying, like I said this, she drinks, or she drank, and she has her struggle with the alcohol. So she's on or off with that. So she, at this point in time when I'm down there, she's drinking, whatever the case may be. But one thing I did notice in watching my aunt, my cousins, she has all boys, and three were younger and one was older than me. And especially the older, I grew up life with him my whole life. Every summer I would meet up with my cousins in down south, and he was one of them. And then his younger brother, which might have been like 4 or 5 years younger than me, he ended up passing away. But I watched how they would watch their mother drink, and at a certain point, they knew about 9, and I learned it around 9 o'clock. We can do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Cause she hammered.
She got that 6-pack of Coors.
Yeah,
She drinking. She about foot. We walk in the kitchen. You open that refrigerator. She look over there. And her head shaking a certain kind of way. And her eyes a little glossy. You start learning that shit as a kid. You start learning. You say, oh. I want to tell on that little nigga right on this podcast. The nigga. So my cousin, he a year, almost 2 years older than me. This nigga didn't spend one night at home. Well, this night, so every night he left. Yeah. Every night he left. You know what I'm saying? He come back with female. He had a whole grown ass life going on. He leave, come back. He having crashing, drunk driving, crashing cars in high school. You know what I'm saying? He doing all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I watched basically most of that. The point of that is that I realize that the kids are watching you hard. They ain't got nothing else to study. Mm-hmm. Like we studying all kind. We dealing with, we debating with each other. We got all this going. We making money. We got all kind of shit going on. Kids don't have shit to do but watch you. Mm-hmm. Watch you and what you do and learn you. You know what I'm saying? So I watched how her kids watched her and learned how to play her. You know what I'm saying? And not even play her. Use her indiscretions as a way to do something. I don't know how far I go into that. But there's a result in their lives later on too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying from this. You know what I'm saying from watching what they watch. You know what I'm saying. So I wonder sometimes about what am I showing my daughter. She's seeing something. Yeah. My daughters are seeing something. What
that's
they seeing?
The whole do as I say, not as I do.
They see me with different women over the years. Now different women is 3 possibly they can put their name out there. 3 different women. But I started to say, did I ever see my father with 3 different women? That's a lot to a little girl. Mm-hmm.